In the spring of 1832, a Sauk warrior named Black Hawk made a fateful decision that would ignite one of the most significant conflicts between Native Americans and white settlers in the 19th century United States. This decision would lead to a series of events culminating in what became known as the Black Hawk War. Black Hawk, also known as Makatai Meshe Kiakiak in his native language, was a respected leader of the Sauk tribe. The Sauk people had inhabited the area around Rock Island, Illinois, for generations. Their ancestral lands were not merely a place to live, but a sacred connection to their history, culture, and very identity. However, by the 1830s, the political landscape of the American frontier had dramatically shifted. The United States government, eager to expand westward, had been pressuring Native American tribes to cede their lands and move west of the Mississippi River. In 1804, a controversial treaty had been signed, requiring the Sauk and Fox tribes to give up their lands east of the Mississippi. Many Sauk, including Black Hawk, considered this treaty invalid, as it had been signed by individuals who did not have the authority to speak for the entire tribe. Despite the treaty, Black Hawk and his followers, known as the British Band, due to their alliance with the British during the War of 1812, had continued to return to their ancestral lands each spring to plant crops. In 1831, they returned to find white settlers occupying their villages and fields. Reluctantly, they retreated west of the Mississippi. The following year, facing food shortages and hardship, Black Hawk made the crucial decision to lead about 1,000 Sauk, including women, children, and the elderly, back across the Mississippi to reclaim their ancestral lands. His intention was not warfare, but to join with the Winnebago tribe and peacefully reoccupy their former village to plant corn. However, this action was immediately misconstrued by American authorities as an act of aggression. The governor of Illinois, John Reynolds, declared it an invasion and called for militia to drive out the Sauk. What Black Hawk intended as a peaceful return home was now perceived as a declaration of war. Tensions escalated rapidly as diplomatic efforts failed. Language barriers, cultural misunderstandings, and mutual distrust made effective communication between the Sauk and American authorities nearly impossible. Small skirmishes broke out as militia units encountered groups of Sauk, further inflaming the situation. The conflict reached a critical point on May 14, 1832, at what became known as the Battle of Stillman's Run. A group of about 340 Illinois militia, led by Major Isaiah Stillman, encountered a small party of Sauk scouts. Black Hawk, with only 40 warriors, was nearby. As tensions mounted, shooting began, though accounts differ on which side fired first. What followed demonstrated Black Hawk's tactical brilliance. Vastly outnumbered, he launched a counterattack that sent the inexperienced and undisciplined militia into a panic. The militia fled in disarray, abandoning their camp and supplies. This victory, while small in scale, was a significant morale boost for Black Hawk's band and a humiliation for the Illinois militia. The Battle of Stillman's Run marked a point of no return in the conflict. What had begun as a misunderstanding over Black Hawk's intentions had now erupted into open warfare. The stage was set for a series of confrontations that would shape the future of the American frontier and seal the fate of the Sauk people. As we conclude this first part of our exploration of the Black Hawk War, we see how a leader's decision to return to ancestral lands, driven by necessity and cultural ties, collided with the relentless westward expansion of the United States. The misunderstandings, failed diplomacy, and initial skirmishes culminating in the Battle of Stillman's Run would set the stage for the intense conflict to follow.